Join me in the fun Hearty Creations collaboration today as we create some interactive, fun, joyful journaling pages. Hello and welcome to the Treasured Page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. Hello and welcome. I'm joining in with the Hearty Creations collaboration from Rach and Bella Crafts and with the special guest designers Edith at Scrapbooking with Me Crafts and Melina Pylant. The collaboration is running until the 15th of June and there are 2 videos a day every day up until the 15th, and we're bringing you inspiration and little crafty treats along the way. So thank you for joining me today. I'm having a look at what I've been sent here from Rach and Bella, and I am going to be using the side of the kit that is their ephemera kit for this Hearty Creation. So we're going to be crafting with purpose today. You can follow along with the hashtag Hearty Creations 24, and you can also have a look at the link tree in the description box below, and you'll be able to find all of the creators. There are 2 videos a day. You'll be able to find the links to that and you can follow along and you can see how this kit is being used and transformed, give you some ephemera ideas, give you lots of inspiration. And then of course you can purchase the kit on a discount if you so wish, but that is entirely up to you. You can also adapt these ideas to other crafting supplies that you would have, so no one needs to feel left out. But I'm being partnered up today with Papercraft D, so do go and have a look at her video and see what she's doing today. Now my prompt that I've chosen today is joy. The joy of junk journaling. You might hear that phrase quite a lot, and there is a joy when we start creating and crafting, so we'll have a look at that and why that's important when you want to just settle into a quiet craft. But that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to be journaling, I'm going to feel the joy, and I'm also going to go back to basics of where I first started with my junk journaling journey, and it was by making simple ephemera, little pieces that just drew me in, and I enjoyed doing that. And then once I'd made my little creations, I wanted to add them to a page in a journal. I wanted to create treasured pages, and that's how the Treasured Page YouTube channel came about. Now this has come out quite pale on my printer. These are nice summertime shabby chic colours here, really gorgeous, very pale pastel, really super pretty. I also wanted to show you that you can have fun playing around by altering the colour and printing them out darker, and this is the result that I've got. So these are the tickets that I'm going to use today. I've made them darker because I just sometimes think that a kit like this can work across all seasons. If you've got pale, beautiful colours like that, you can definitely call that spring and summer. If you start darkening the colours down and changing the saturation and having a play, you can also say that this could be for autumn and fall crafts as well. And you can make one kit work for the entire year. I've got these. So they were pale, but then I have printed them out darker, and this is from the Journal Pages kit, this particular image here, so I'm going to be using that. And I'll show you, I have altered the colours and had a play around. So this one is now a darker green and this one is a more mint green, and you can just play, so you can actually get 2 different papers if you start playing around with the colours. Sometimes I like to work in a more grunge feel, and I think if you like that as well, then you might want to alter the colours, print them out darker. It just gives you 2 looks to your kit. So that is idea number 1. Okay, these are so lovely when you cut them out. Everything looks different and you can start to have a play. So the joy of junk journaling is when you have the papers all around you and you just take a quiet 5-10 minutes to settle in. And I think it's just that moment when you start cutting out the paper, when you take the lid off the glue and you think, right, this is happening. I'm committing to a small project. I'm just going to do one little thing. And then you have that sense of achievement. That's the joy. That's the creativity coming forward. And just to play, I've sat down here with one idea in my mind and I've completely changed it just by playing with the papers. Sometimes our creative mind wants to take us elsewhere, but let's have a look at what we've got here. Now, this is all linked and joined on the kit, and that's brilliant because you could put folds in there and you could do a concertina, and then you would be able to have writing space on the back. So that's one idea. But let's have a look at this one. How about if we put this straight down onto the page and do nothing with it? I was going to cut these all out and have little tags and embellish them and do some interesting folds and things, but how about we don't? How about we just keep things simple? How about we just relax into a quiet craft in our spaces and just procrastinate for a little bit while we have a play and just contemplate the things that we would like to think about, whilst not overcomplicating things at all, just allowing our hands to do the work while our minds are free to roam. And that's a really, really wonderful way of sitting and allowing just that creativity to come forth. And what joy are you going to glean from this session, and how fun is that? So these are the strips that I've been looking at off of this sheet. Those are the paler pastel ones, and then if you do them darker you can have them in stronger colours. And then I've got them front and back. So inside, because it's paler, I can have writing space if I want. And I'm just looking and playing around with the idea of maybe folding these. Simple strip. Now if this is stuck down as a pocket, I've got something to put inside my pocket with a little tab there. Maybe I've got a punch and I want to put a decorative corner on there. This would be the spine of the journal and these are the pages fanning out, but we could do it this way and have it on the side of the page, and then we could have some loading pockets there. You could have them, depending how wide you have things, you could trim them down so they fit there, maybe at the bottom like that, and then you could have a sort of picket fence arrangement where you put things in the back there, or you could have it as one big pocket. You could even have it wrapping around. We've got something that could work like that on a centre page with a shorter page here, and then you've got some little pocket ideas. You could put some stitching down these lines here, glue them on, separate them. I love this. I love the fact that they're joined. You can fold them, you could make, well, let's just play. Let's have a play. Okay, so we've seen this idea where we could have some loading pockets. We can take our strips and maybe fold them up into a matchbook style. Okay, I'm having fun playing around with this, and now I have got my little pockets here and they have been sewn down, and I've captured in some sari ribbon. I've used a zigzag stitch and I've got some variegated thread in there, and then it looks like this on the back, which is a little bit wonky and wibbly, but that's okay because we're going to sort that out. So when I printed this particular one out, I printed it out twice, and on the other side I've got the paler colours there. And then what I can do is I'm just going to follow that and just cut out the repeat pattern of what we've already got here. So I'll cut out my triangles in a second, and then we'll create these rather cool little ticket ideas just by snipping out the triangles and see what we get. So we've now got this, and I think that this could come down here as a very wide belly band, but also interact with the page before it and look like this. So if we get it where we want it, so if we have it this way, we've got the red at the top, we've got the green and green, not much of a contrast there, we've got the pink and the blue, gorgeous, but then this is very similar. So if I spin it around, let's have a look now. That's better in my eyes. I've got, these are all different contrasting colours, so that's great. So I'm thinking that this could come and be our belly band in the middle. Alright, so I'm going to glue this down. That's the top, and the bottom there. It's a little bit of extra length there can be trimmed away. I haven't inked round any of these either, it's quite nice. Okay, now I'm thinking a belly band along here, but just to back it, I've also got this paper. It is just paper thickness, but it's a recycled paper with flecks of something in it, and it just looks quite rustic, and I thought that that would be lovely there. I think it's really nice with the straight edges, but I'm just thinking it might look nice with a bit of the lace echoed there as well, and alternatively I could put a fabric lace in there. But if you haven't got anything like that, but you do have a decorative punch, then maybe you could make your own lace using the punch. So I'm just choosing which way up I want that, adding that in there, and then I'm going to put that down. All I'm gluing down is the top and the bottom, the same as before. There we go. So that is all looking smart now, and it is hidden by that front panel. That's great. This is an area which I could be doing something about. So I'm cutting these in half using the guillotine. Just going to give myself some strips. Right, so I've cut the tickets up. I've got some more strips there. I'm going to stick some along there, and I'm putting that pattern in the middle and the stripey on either side, gluing it on. And I just think the joy comes from playing with the papers, creating something from nothing, just having a little go and just seeing where it takes you. Now then, from this scrap I can make some circle embellishment. Just punch those out, and I've probably only got enough for two there, thinking about it. That's the nicest one there. Okay, now I'm adding the little circle embellishments to the ends of these strips, covering up my sewing. There we go, giving that more of a complete look there. And then this middle piece, I'm just going to take this larger one. This comes off of the ephemera pieces, so this was one of the sewing pins. I like that. I think that's going to go there. Just be extra larger embellishment in the middle, and that is fun to look at, so we're going to do that. And I'm just going to add this gorgeous pin cushion there, look at that, and that all brings out those colours. And then that is quite a cool little page spread, really fun. So I love sewing, it brings me joy. This could be a little sewing journal. You can add some papers, sewing patterns behind there, so that's quite a nice little storage area. Sometimes I play around with quilting squares and blocks when I'm quilting, and it's really nice to note down or draw a little design, and it'd be great to have somewhere to put them. So this is fun. It looks like pockets, but it's not. It could be a place where you put fabric swatches, or to tape a little piece of thread and then note the colour, particularly if you're making something and you want to make it again. You don't want to forget the colour dye lot. You could add down what that is in a little sewing journal, and I think that's really cute. So we've got a couple of pages going on there. I think this could be more embellished, so we're going to also use these strips up for an idea. I've got a few left here off of one. This is just one. This is just 2 pages as well. Okay, so we've got this page here. I could do more decorative edging down there. I think I'm just going to punch out my lace idea here. Okay, just working with the strips alone here. I've got 2 of them. One I've punched out with the decorative edging punch there, the nice lace. I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to turn this over. I'm just going to glue down on the lace embellishment side there. Adding this to this piece here, just want to extend it out really a bit. So we've now got a wider pocket with a lace embellishment through the centre, and it's looking like that on the back. And now I'm creating a side pocket. I've put the glue all along 3 sides of it, so we're just going to stick that down there. Okay, so far so good. We'll just move that out of the way, bring in my scruffy sheet. I've just got some packaging paper here and this little cute dress on a stand, and then we're just going to take the stick glue and back it onto some packaging paper. You can do this for all your embellishments if you want to just strengthen them up without wasting any of your good paper, because it is just going to be a piece that gets stuck down. So as long as there's a little bit of strength, we'll just put that in there. It is one of those slightly thicker pieces of paper. It's not the best, but we could now potentially fussy tear this out and get an interesting edge, providing you sort of put your thumb to protect the image and then give yourself a little bit more of an allowance. I'll see how I like it. I might prefer the clean lines, but at least I've got some strength to that now. I might prefer it, but it would change it. It'd be a bit more junky if I put that on there. No, I think we're going with the clean lines. That's fine. We'll just come round. Lovely. Let's add a nice piece of lace. This is a vintage piece actually, really, really pretty. Gonna put that there. and just show that off nicely as a little tuck point. So okay, now we've got this, and what I want to do is just add these little strips. So I've got a few more strips left. I think I've just about got enough, and I'm going to fold them up and turn them over. So we are folding them almost in half, but leaving about an inch gap there, and then folding that over just like a matchbook so it captures it in there. Then I'm putting the glue just on the inside of that crease like that. So there's plenty there that lifts up still, but it's held firmly at the top just so that you can push that in enough without it getting all stuck. That is going to be the bit that goes in there, and then what I'm doing is going to embellish it on the top. So we fold them in a little bit more than half an inch, 2 centimetres, about that. There we go. And then we just push that together, and then we bring that over, but not all the way, just enough. Just wants to be tucking in enough, not right up to the crease, because that's where you're going to put the glue. So the glue's coming here, just along in that crease there. Then that bit gets stuck down so that this can fold and tuck under, just be captured in there like that. So that's another one done. Okay, now I've got these little matchbook style note card flips, which you can turn out, and then you'll be able to write in there or put something in there, little fabric swatch. That would be great, wouldn't that be fun? Or to store some cotton threads again. A nice strip of vintage lace, if you want to protect it, could have lots like that. That looks really nice. And now what I've got is some circles that I've been punching out of the embellishment sheet there, and I'm just going to add those in. So that has come from the embroidery, that has come with a cotton reel on it. This one had a button which was on there already, and then that was the spare one. So we don't want to, so we make sure we've got a contrast. We might put something else on that one as well on the top. Just play around. Okay, don't they look great? So they can come and be part of this, and then the fun bit is just matching up where each one is going to go and see how we like them. I think that's a good idea. And then we just tuck them into the little pockets like this, and we can just have them overhanging, I think, like that. That would be a good idea. Last one. And it's just a lovely surprise when you pull that out and see that rose. Now I'm taking this green sheet. I really like this one. It's nice. I'm going to put some glue all the way over it. I'm going to stick this down to my front cover, make a bit of a front cover out of it. I'm just going to add this down here. Gluing this down. In total, I've used 4 sheets from the kit so far. 3 have come from the ephemera pack. That's this one, and these, which are the sewing embellishment pieces. This one came from the journaling pages, this lovely mint green blue, little birds, little flowers, nice little pattern. I thought that was nice at the beginning of the journal signature. We've got this, so we'll do a little flip-flu. Flip-flu, a flip-flu. But I have one last idea that came to me as I was playing with the papers. Okay, so these are all the scraps left from those 3 pages. So that's really fun because those embellishment pieces can come and be within the journal. So that's what I've used so far, and that's all I've got left. Which is great. So I wonder if I can pull that into this next little idea. So for my final idea for you to take away today, I am using this sheet, but I've double printed it with a background sheet over there. Okay, so I've cut this out, and on the back we've got this green sheet. Now you don't need to look for this one to make this work, because the ephemera pack does come with a lot of the background sheets there. They would just be different for this one, so I just printed that out because that was the colour that I liked. So everything here has come from the ephemera side of Rach and Bella's kit for Hearty Creations. The link's below if you'd like to get your hands on a copy, and you can find that from their shop. Alright, for our final bonus idea, I'm going to be putting a fold in between the first and the second tag, and the third and the fourth tag. So we're folding here and we are folding here. So let's just do that. It's all going to match up and line up at the top. you can get your bone folder on it. So that is the first one that we're doing. And now we're going to put in this fold here, which you will see brings it round to look like this. So we just put in the fold there. So now we've got this. This is fine as it is. You would have this little opening space here. You could glue that down and have another little tuck or pocket. You could glue it down there and have a top loading place to put a tag. You could remove that and have that as a tab. There's loads of ideas, but this is what we've made. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it upside down so that I can see this crease line here, and I'm bringing that up and lining it up and just doing a little bit of an origami fold, really making sure that that is all lined up there, and I'm folding that back. That has given me a crease line. I'm taking my scissors and I'm going to cut this away. I'm trying to make it nice and simple and so that we keep everything even. If you were to fold everything up, you would find that it warped out of shape because you've got 3 pieces of paper there. So now we're removing that bottom triangle like this, and we'll take that bottom triangle and we'll just do this trick here and we'll fold it over like we do when we're making a tag. And there we go. And can you see what is appearing? Okay, there we go. And I have created a very sweet little heart shape there. And we've got this fun area in here, which you can glue down there, or you can have that as a flip out and embellish it further. So I think probably glue down in a cool little tuck here. So let's do that. I'm gluing down this bottom edge here. I'm just going to put that there like that, and then that is a little tuck point here, so we can put papers and things to tuck in there. This comes over, and then this is going to be something we add to the front here. Okay, I am stamping the word joy here on my little fabric piece. Now I've got this label left over here, and I'm just putting together some little pieces to just try and bring this all together. A little bit of Fabri-Tac just to join that down there. And that's really sweet. Now we're left with these corner scraps that we cut off of our heart shape. So we're going to use those, and I'm going to cut one of them in half like that. And so we'll just fit them in so we can see where we've got to be with them. And this one here, lining it up at the top, you may want to put something straight across there just to make sure that you get them in how you want them. And so that's tucked in there, and then just to secure it off at the bottom, I'm having this as well, and that uses up all the scraps, gives a nice bit of intrigue here. We can add that there. Now I've got this trim which I was given from a local fabric shop when they wrapped up my order. So this was a scrap piece, and I just think it's perfect. I'm going to bring it in here and add it down the edge there with some of that Fabri-Tac. So that's just going to give me some detail on the edge there, and then we will just trim away like that, keeping that 8-inch mark there. I don't know if this is exactly right, and we'll lose that one there as well. There we go, that's the front of our signature, and then I've just got these 3 scraps left, and that is actually going to bother me, so I'm going to find some place for it. Oh no, I found another one. Well, that one can go down there. So we're going to put that one there. Like that. That becomes a little tucking belly band idea, and we'll have something on there. I think maybe the flowers on that one. So I'll just do a strip across there. This is really thin, it's just the papers. You could print it out onto stiffer card. We'll just put that there. That's great. Then anything important can go in there. And here we are. I hope you've had fun joining me with the Hearty Creations kit today, having a look at some fun interactive ways in which we can add some decorative papers and ephemera pieces to our journals to make some really fun and intriguing pages. There we go, and then there's another little idea as well. I could not help myself. So there we go, that can be added in there with a paper clip and have plenty of writing space, so we could just pop that into one of our tuck points that we've created. So just to have a quick flip through of what we've been able to achieve today, I've got some corner tuck points here to house my fun little heart shape that we've created using those tickets, and embellished it there with the sewing machine and all the bobbins, and I've printed the word joy because that was my prompt today, and I think playing around with the papers definitely brings me joy. This is where I find that I can sit quietly and craft it. It's a very healing experience and allows me to have time for me. And then we've got a tuck point here, little journaling notes, little affirmations, anything that you want to have. You can use this journal however you want. It does not have to be a sewing journal, and it doesn't have to be practical, but it could be practical, or it could be somewhere where you just want to write those special notes for you. And there's a little tuck in there if you want a reminder, so you could pop that in there. Over here we've got some tags, like a pack of tags that could be used to detach and use throughout the journal, and here we've got it all concertining out, so you could maybe cut those and use them as you go, so that's an idea. And I've just added a little bit of that trim that we had on the front. Then we've got the tuck here with the mannequin and the beautiful pink dress, and all in the pink fabrics and the lace, so I love that. This could be a signature in one of my journals, or it could be a standalone piece. I haven't bound it together yet. But here we've got the pockets, and if you want to write in your journal, these could be made practical by adding little samples of the lace that you either used in the journal or that are special to you. And then you could even write behind the lace as well, and then that becomes even more hidden, and then they all slip in there and become fun little places where you could maybe put 4 goals or seasonal things that you want to remember. So that's that. Then we've got this nice page that we made. We've got our double belly band here, and plenty of storage there for slipping more papers in, especially if you're using it as a journal. You could put a booklet behind there. And then coming over, we have got loads of writing space here. Used the little tab out of all the scraps and found some linen there. And then on the other side as well, more writing space, loads of writing space here. This was a cute idea for using up a scrap for a piece of paper that is important, something you want to keep. And then this was the centre of it, so we've put that in there. But these could be cut down. If you needed a strip, you could just reduce that. These are pages that we could add those tags to at the front. We've got this with the embellished piece there, just really pretty, the little pins, and then that was a scrap, an offcut. And then over here as well, this could have more labels, more embellishments, plenty more that could be done here, more writing space. And then I ran out of time. There we go, what a fun little project. I've got totally carried away and lost in my own excitement of using that and playing with the papers. I was only going to make that, but we've ended up with this. So that's been amazing. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Rach and Bella, and for all the collaborators here that are linking the videos. I really appreciate the support here at the Treasured Page. Do please like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you thought that that was worth your time, and you can of course follow along with my videos here at the Treasured Page in the future. There's lots of things that we're doing and many more ideas to come your way. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Do please enjoy the collaboration. Go and have a look at Paper Craft D for her video today if you haven't already found it. I will say goodbye now and see you in my next video, but above everything else, guys, just slow down and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.